Remember the thrill of facing a new gym leader in Hoenn? Now imagine that excitement amplified, as each gym leader isn't just a step on your journey, but they're the final boss. Relive the nostalgia, the strategy, the tension, and the triumph as we take a look at what each of these Hoenn gym leaders would be like if they were instead the champions. And be sure to stick around to the end, because one of these leaders reveals a stunning secret. Starting in reverse with Juan, the 8th gym leader from the Emerald version, since our boy Wallace actually did go on to become the champion. I guess you can say he's something of a trendsetter. Juan is also rocking the water typing specialty, but with a twist. His ace is his Milotic, which is known for its beauty and grace, being a perfect fit for Juan's style. Its impressive special defense and restorative moves like Recover allow it to outlast many opponents, reflecting Juan's enduring patience and experience. It also gets access to moves like Ice Beam, which can help Juan counter grass types that threaten his team. Next up is Kingdra, which complements Milotic by covering other typical water type weaknesses. Kingdra can also utilize both special and physical attacks such as Hydro Pump and Dragon Dance, enabling it to adapt to various threats and work harmoniously with Milotic's more defensive style. Whiscash introduces a ground typing, helping neutralize electric threats, and its move Earthquake can really shake up opponents locked into anticipating only water type moves. But that's not all. With access to setup moves like Amnesia or Stockpile, Whiscash can become surprisingly resilient, working in synergy with Milotic's endurance and Kingdra's balanced offense to outlast opponents. His Walrein adds brute force, offering a bulky water ice type capable of taking hits and delivering powerful blows, with moves like Ice Beam and Blizzard. And its potential ice body ability and access to Hail make it a self-sustaining unit in icy conditions, capable of supporting the team against dragon and flying types. But we can't forget about Luvdisc. Now, I was really debating on putting this Pokemon on Juan's champion team from the start, but it's part of his branding at this point, so let's make it a champion level Luvdisc. While not the most powerful, Luvdisc does bring notable speed to Juan's team, and it could use moves like Attract, Sweet Kiss, and Draining Kiss to disrupt opponents by inflicting status conditions, or even sapping health, proving to be a huge pain for many challengers. This nuisance strategy can throw off opponents' rhythms, allowing Juan's more powerful Pokemon to take center stage. And for Juan's final Pokemon, he's got a Castform. Yup, not really a water type, but we'll be giving all our champions today a wild card that 1 fits on their team and 2 brings some decent coverage because, well, why not? Juan's Castform can capitalize on weather effects from other members or even use some of its own, proving to be an extremely flexible wildcard. All in all, Juan's team is an elegant blend of water type sophistication and unexpected strategic depth, reflecting his refined taste and seasoned experience. The inclusion of Castform with its Weather Dance adds a surprising twist, embodying Juan's philosophy that battles, like life, are to be savored and enjoyed. Now we're moving on to not 1 but 2 champions. Yup, you guessed it, Tate and Liza are so exceptional they are the first ever double Hoenn champions with a twist of their own. This championship battle is a double battle, and since it's a double battle, they have 2 aces for their team, Solrock for Tate and Lunatone for Liza. These celestial themed Pokemon represent the cosmic harmony and balance between both champions and their combined psychic and rock moves, provide a balanced offensive, with Solrock's potential for physical moves like Rock Slide and Lunatone's preference for special attacks like Psychic or Moonblast. It demonstrates the twin strategy of complementing one another, covering a wider range of threats. Next up is Tate's Claydol and Liza's Slowking. Claydol's ground psychic typing helps mitigate common weaknesses, providing a strategic advantage, and with access to moves like Light Screen and Reflect, Claydol can bolster the team's defenses, while its potential for earth power and extra sensory ensure it remains a threat offensively. Slowking, on the other hand, is more of a supportive member, with moves like Yawn, Heal Pulse, and Future Sight. Slowking can control the battlefield's tempo while also supporting its teammates, which is a crucial component to the twin strategy. And last up is Espeon and Umbreon, with Umbreon being the wild card on this team. The duality and harmony that these 2 evolutions bring is a perfect representation of the twins' unity and balance. Espeon's high special attack and diverse move pool makes it a significant offensive player. In contrast, Umbreon's defensive capabilities, access to moves like like Confuse Ray and Toxic, and even Healing with Moonlight make it a resilient Pokemon. Together they create a formidable force that can adapt and respond to various threats. All in all, Liza and Tate's team, harmonizing psychic power and cosmic balance, showcase their unique bond and shared focus on unity. The addition of Claydol speaks to their appreciation for ancient energies and the mysteries of space, emphasizing that their psychic abilities are part of a larger, more mysterious universe. Now moving on to one of the gym leaders that gave me the toughest battles in my Sapphire playthrough, and that's Winona. Her ace is her Altaria with its cloud-like wings. It represents Winona's grace and her affinity with the sky. With its dragon and flying typing, it brings a formidable presence, and with its access to moves like Dragon Dance, Sky Attack, or even Cotton Guard, Altaria can significantly boost its stats, becoming a threatening sweeper on multiple fronts. Oh, but if you thought that was tough, wait till you meet her Salamence. Yup, this dragon flying type Pokemon symbolizes the awe-inspiring strength Winona carries into the sky, and its Intimidate ability with its high attack stat makes it a frontline bruiser that can shake the confidence of many challengers. With moves like Dragon Claw and Aerial Ace, Salamence can take on a variety of typings, working in tandem with Altaria to maintain aerial dominance. Next up is the Slashing Skarmory that adds a layer of strategic defense to her team. With moves like Spikes, Roost, and Whirlwind, Skarmory can control the battlefield, setting up hazards and forcing switches, allowing Winona to dictate the flow of battle. Tropius, on the other hand, is just an absolute unit. Utilizing moves like Solar Beam, Sunny Day, and Synthesis, Tropius can take advantage of sunny weather while also supporting the team with healing moves, adding another layer to Winona's strategy. Her Aerodactyl adds a more offensive component to her team, not that it needed it. Known for its incredible speed and pressure ability, Aerodactyl can quickly wear down opponents with moves like Stone Edge and Wing Attack, complementing the more deliberate strategies of both Skarmory and Tropius. And her wildcard Pokemon is a Flygon. Not a traditional flyer, but it does have fly in the name. Its ground dragon typing introduces an unexpected twist and much needed coverage to Winona's aerial team. With access to dragon, ground, and even fire type moves, Flygon brings a versatile offensive that requires challengers to think beyond traditional aerial counters. All in all, Winona's squadron, a majestic fleet of flying types, mirrors her free spirit and sky-high aspirations. By embracing Altaria, she not only harnesses the clouds themselves, but also introduces a sort of tranquility to her team's aerial dominance, reflecting her belief in the beauty of flight and the harmony above. Now moving on to the father of the year, we have Norman, the normal type gym leader turned champion, and his ace Slacking, which is kind of funny because he's slacking as a dad, representing Norman's own laid-back and unattending attitude as a parent, coupled with a hidden explosive power. Slacking's truant ability mirrors his calm, almost lazy dad vibes. But when this Pokemon attacks, it's an absolute unit. Next up is Zangoose, and its high attack stat and access to moves like Crush Claw and Revenge showcase its offensive capabilities rather well. It's also known for its intense rivalry with Seviper, which emphasizes the concept of thriving competition, encouraging challengers to understand and respect their opponents in battle. Then we have Spinda, which may not be the strongest, but its ability contrary along with moves that benefit from confusion makes Spinda a surprising threat. Definitely not a Pokemon you want to sleep on, or else it might put you in a daze. Then he has a Tauros, which fits quite nicely here, embodying raw, untamed energy only balanced by Norman's own calm and patient side. Its high speed and attack mirror Norman's swift decision making in battle, and with access to moves like Double Edge, Earthquake, and Zen Headbutt, Tauros can deal a wide range of damage to many foes. Kangaskhan is next, and this guy is the complete embodiment of Norman, reflecting his protective, nurturing side as a parent who cares about nothing more than the well-being of their child. No, but seriously, being the main character's parent makes Kangaskhan a great pick. Along with moves like Fake Out, Sucker Punch, and Power Up Punch, Kangaskhan maintains a balance between offense and defense, which complements Norman rather well. And lastly, Norman's wild card is none other than Shedinja. With its Wonder Guard ability and its unique set of resistances and immunities, it forces opponents to think differently about their battle strategy, representing the idea of finding a way through no matter what the obstacle. All in all, Norman's selection, grounded in normal type reliability, represents his steadfast steadfast nature and protective instincts. The choice of Kangaskhan, though unexpected, symbolizes his deep familial bonds, adding a layer of grace and emotional depth to his robust team. Next up is the fiery Flannery and what her team would look like if she were Hoenn's champion. Her ace would be none other than the fiery vanguard Torkoal, who has unwavering endurance and scorching attacks like Eruption. Torkoal embodies a relentless spirit and passion, but beyond its offensive capabilities, Torkoal's high defense and moves like Iron Defense and Protect make it a sturdy barrier for many challengers. Next up is her volcanic brute Camerupt, which serves as a force of explosive fury. Its dual fire ground typing allow for a potent combination of moves like Earthquake and Lava Plume that, alongside its ability Solid Rock, can allow Camerupt to take heavy hits, especially from water type moves which threaten Flannery's overall team. Magcargo is another Pokemon on her team, and it introduces a contrasting dynamic. Its slow yet sturdy nature symbolizes the patience required in enduring battles. It's also known for utilizing moves like Shell Smash and the ability Flame Body to control the battlefield's tempo, giving Flannery some much needed control. She also has a Ninetales, which is a huge staple to her team with the ability Drought. Along with moves like Will-O-Wisp, it can either be a status afflicting nuisance or an offensive flame that just can't be put out. Making its debut on her championship team is Houndoom, which brings a dark twist to the Scorching roster. Along with its dark typing, it introduces moves like Dark Pulse, adding a layer of complexity to her offensive strategy. And finally, Flannery's wild card is her trusty Exploud, who she raised from a teeny tiny Whismur. With moves like Hyper Voice and Boom Burst, it truly breaks the fiery mold with its sound-based assault. Its roaring sound waves mimic the earth-shattering force that is akin to a volcanic eruption, making it a truly remarkable 6th Pokemon for this champion. Flannery's team, ablaze with fiery passion, is a testament to her spirited leadership and burning ambition. The inclusion of Exploud signifies her adaptability and understanding of Hoenn's harsh environments, suggesting that her fiery spirit is not limited by her surroundings, but enhanced by them. Next up is Old Man Watson, but his championship team is nothing to sleep on. His ace is his trusty companion Manectric, who embodies the ferocity of a lightning storm. Its speed and high voltage attacks like Thunder and Volt Switch reflects Watson's dynamic energy for an elder feller. Next up is Magnezone, a fusion of science and nature, which symbolizes the peak of Watson's mechanical expertise. Its formidable defense and special attack stat make it a reliable tank, unleashing powerful moves like Flash Cannon and Thunderbolt. With abilities like Sturdy and Magnet Pull, Magnezone can trap opponents or withstand attacks that would otherwise knock it out. Electabuzz is Watson's offensive enforcer, adding raw power and fast-paced energy to the team. Its ability to learn moves like Light Screen, Low Kick, Cross Chop, and Thunder Punch make it a versatile fighter, capable of close combat and ranged electrical assaults. He also has an Ampharos, which stands as a beacon of hope and steadiness amongst his team. Along with access to diverse moves like Power Gem and Dragon Pulse, it makes for quite a valuable asset to Watson's electrifying team. Next is his good old Lantern, who helps combat those pesky ground types. It can also absorb electrical attacks, friend or foe, to further add to its resilience. Along with moves like Scald and Discharge, Lantern can become quite the obstacle for many challengers in battle. And lastly, his wild card is a Shiftry. And the main reason is because if Watson was a Pokemon, I'd imagine him as a Shiftry. I mean, let's look at the facts here. They both have long white hair, they both have way too much energy for their age, and they're both practical jokesters. But in all seriousness, Shiftry adds even more coverage to the menacing ground types by contributing with moves like Leaf Tornado, Dark Pulse, and Hurricane. All in all, Watson's electrifying roster highlights his joyful personality and innovative spirit. Charged with high voltage electric types, Magnezone's presence stands as a tribute to the city's industrial strength, grounding his team with formidable defense and the connection to the sturdy foundations supporting progress. Now it's time for everyone's favorite fitness enthusiast, Broly, and his champion team. His ace is none other than his sumo titan Hariyama, who stands the front lines like a tidal wave with its massive physique and strength, along with moves like Belly Drum to maximize its already high attack stat, potentially turning it into a full team sweeper. But don't forget about its ability Thick Fat, which also provides a bit more resistance against ice and fire types, making it even more tanky. Next up, we have his arm wrestling champion Machamp, which is the embodiment of peak physical perfection. I mean, I don't know of a single gym gym goer that doesn't wish to have at least one of his 4 arms. But its no guard ability and cross chop's high crit ratio really make it stand out on this team. Then we have Hitmonlee, whose reckless ability enhances moves like high jump kick, reflecting the risks and reward in Broly's own training methods. But this Pokemon isn't just about power. Oh no, its wide range of kicking moves requires precision, something that Broly is far too familiar with. His Psycho Fighter Medicham is exactly that, bringing a spiritual element to the physical fray. Its ability Pure Power effectively doubles its attack, and with access to moves like Zen Headbutt and Ice Punch, Medicham can easily become this team's second sweeper. This might be the cleanest gym leader. Then we've got Breloom, which symbolizes Broly's own rest and relaxation philosophy, allowing him to become one with nature, if you know what I'm saying. Its Poison Heal ability, coupled with the Toxic Orb, can turn Breloom into a sustaining force on the battlefield, making it very hard for many challengers to overcome. And lastly, we have his wild card, a Sableye, which breaks away from his typical fighting theme and brings a more playful side, representing the joy and fun one must have on the pursuit of their own goals. But that's not all. Sableye also becomes a daunting defensive force with its diverse move pool and unique abilities. But all in all, Broly's team, a force as dynamic and relentless as the ocean itself, combines the raw physical power with the serene focus of martial arts. The unexpected inclusion of Sableye diversifies his wave of brute strength, symbolizing both his deep joy of training and his philosophy of internal and external mastery. Last but not least is Roxanne and her secretive champion team. Her ace is no surprise her metallic fortress Aggron. It's both a shield and a spear in Roxanne's lineup. Its sturdy ability prevents one-hit knockouts, and moves like Head Smash and Heavy Slam amplify her crushing pressure and enduring nature. Next up is a fossil reanimated Cradily. Being a relic from the distant past, it gives Roxanne some much-needed coverage against water types on the team, with moves like Giga Drain. That, along with Stockpile, Swallow, and Spit Up, Cradily can outlast opponents by building up defenses and then striking back. Then we have Armaldo, and its sharp attacks like X-Scissor and Rock Blast. It can become a violent force when needed. That, along with its battle armor ability, prevents it from receiving any critical hits, making Armaldo an extremely reliable force on the team. And the last ancient Pokemon on the team is Relicanth, who remained unchanged for over a millennia. Its Rock Head ability complements moves like Head Smash, turning it into a battering ram. It also has moves like Dive and Waterfall that adds to the team's overall diversity. She also has her mountainous monarch, Tyranitar, who sometimes subs in as her ace with its outstanding ability Sandstream. It really is a keystone to Roxanne's team. It also has the ability to learn moves like Earthquake Crunch and Body Press, which can stop most challengers right in their tracks. And for her wild card, it's none other than her starter Pokemon, Swampert. You see, before becoming a top graduate and teacher for the Pokemon Trainer School in Rustboro, she was a regular trainer, just like you, and her Mudkip, now Swampert, was with her every step of the way. With moves like Muddy Water and Earthquake, as well as its well-rounded stats, it showcases Roxanne's adaptability, originality, and strategic foresight. All in all, Roxanne's geological arsenal is a testament to her intellectual and strategic prowess, featuring a diverse array of rock types that embodies both defensive fortitude and offensive ferocity. The strategic addition of her starter Swampert symbolizes her adaptability and deep understanding of the earth, proving her tactics are multifaceted, not just sedimentary. Which champions do you think would give you the most challenge? Be sure to like the video and check out our previous videos in the series where we turned Johto and Kanto gym leaders into champions. But that's it, I'll see you guys in Sinnoh.